Hello everybody, welcome back to Book Bar and welcome to another video. Back in January, I posted my books checked out on KU. I will link it up here, I don't know which side it is. I'm terrible at remembering that. But I had 20 books checked out because in the US you can have 20 books checked out. I still have 20 books checked out, but I figured I would go through the books that I've read and what I have checked out. So the first time I had the 20 books I had checked out were Still by Kennedy Ryan, Snow by Sophie Lark, Lessons in Corruption by Giana Darling, The Air by Sophie Lark, From the Gulf with Love by Mariana Zapata, There Is No Devil by Sophie Lark, Cruel Daddy by Bianca Cole, Intoxication by Charlene Namdari, Darling Venom by Harker S. Huntington, Worth the Wait by Sophia Sinclair, Cruel King by Rena Kent, Not My Match by Ilsa Madden-Mills, Love Letter to Whiskey by Kandi Steiner, Love Unexpected by Kibi Tyler, Torn by Carian Cole, Throttled by Lauren Asher, Captain by Lauren Rowe, The Wreckage of Us by Brittainy C. Cherry, Gild by Raven Kennedy, and The Truth About Heartbreak by B. Celeste. Now, of those 20 books, I read 6 of them. I have returned 5 of them without reading them, and I have 9 books that are the same. And then I have 23 books that I have read, but were not on that list or on this list. So just books that I've checked out after reading one of the ones that I read, or returning one of the ones that I returned without reading. You can watch my wrap-ups if you want to know. I don't necessarily say that they're on KU, but if you have any questions, let me know. But the books that I have read and returned are Still by Kennedy Ryan, Snow by Sophie Lark, Lessons in Corruption by Giana Darling, The Air by Sophie Lark, From the Gulf with Love by Mariana Zapata, and There Is No Devil by Sophie Lark. The books I have returned and not read are Cruel Daddy by Bianca Cole, Intoxication by Charlene Namdari, Darling Venom by Parker S. Huntington, Worth the Wait by Sophia Sinclair, and Cruel King by Rena Kent. This doesn't mean that I'm not going to read them. It's just they aren't sounding that great to me, and so I decided I needed to pause having them and return them, and then if I do want to go back and read them, I will. Like I have a whole KU wish list on Amazon where I just put like the books that I want to read, and when I want to, I just go in and like return and check out. But the books that I have that are the same, so I'm not going to discuss them really, are Not My Match by Ilsa Madden-Mills, Love Letter to Whiskey by Kandi Steiner, Love Unexpected by Kibi Tyler, Torn by Carian Cole, Throttled by Lauren Asher, Captain by Lauren Rowe, The Wreckage of Us by Brittainy Cherry, Gild by Raven Kennedy, and The Truth About Heartbreak by B. Celeste. So those are the 9 books that were still the same. So now the 11 new books that I have are Wretched by Emily McIntire. This is the 3rd book in the Never After series. I know that this is the Wicked Witch of the West. Is it the West? Yeah, the Wicked Witch of the West falling in love. So it's good guy, bad girl. And I'm super excited to read that. I really enjoyed the first 2, so I'm excited to check out the 3rd one. Savage Hearts by J.T. Geissinger. This is the 3rd book in the Queens and Monsters series. I read the first 2 for vlogs, Ruthless Creatures and Carnal Urges. I read Ruthless Creatures for the Buffy Romance Readathon, and I read the Carnal Urges for 70 Hours in the Smut Den. I have vlogs for both of those if you want to check them out. I'll try to link them up above. Both of those were great, so of course I want to continue. I'm super excited to continue on in the series. It sounds fantastic. And this one follows Spider, who I believe it's Spider. I could be wrong. Maybe Spider's the 4th book. But what it says is savage, adjective, not domesticated, wild and untamed, a brutal, vicious person. Oh, Malik. So this goes back to the Russians. The first book was about the Russian mafia. The second book was about the Irish. So this one goes back to the Bratva. He's a myth, a ghost, a legend, a Bratva assassin so feared some won't even dare speak his name. He comes in search of vengeance for the death of his brother, but what he finds is me instead. The girl he thinks is someone else, someone unrelated to the man who killed his brother, except I am. When he finds out my true identity, he decides to take me as repayment for what is lost. now I'm a little bird trapped in a cage, and the only way to survive is to make friends with the monster who captured me, but friendship isn't what this monster had in mind. That sounds amazing. It's another captive situation, and Carnal Urges was like top tier, so I'm pretty excited for that. Then I have Praise by Sara Cate. This is the first book in the Salacious Players Club, which I'm actually reading right now. It's an age gap ex-boyfriend's dad romance with Praise Kink. So basically, this girl shows up at, wants her money back for her deposit. She goes to her boyfriend. He says, you gotta go see my dad. The money went to him. So she goes over there, and he had just fired his last assistant, and he basically tells this girl to get on her knees, and she's like, what? There's miscommunication. He thinks that she's there to be his new secretary. Really, she's there to get the money that is owed to her, and things ensue from there. But yeah, I'm currently reading that one, so that one will not be on the Kindle for much longer, because usually once I read it, I return them so I can pick something else out. But that one is on there for now. Then I have Fair Catch by Kandi Steiner. This is an enemies to lovers roommate sports romance. As if things weren't already tough enough, as the only girl on the college football team, coach had to go and assign Zeke Collins as my new roommate. Ooh, I love that. Be a heroine, being on the football team. That is awesome. A cocky kick returner, and my brother's best friend. Ooh, yes. So yeah, brother's best friend, enemies to lovers. Those are all of my buzzwords. Excited. Then I have Stillbeating by Jennifer Hartman. This is a dark romance with lots of content warnings for rape and things. Basically, Cora is abducted, or she goes to a birthday party and ends up getting drunk and has to call her sister's fiance to come pick her up, and they don't like each other, and they end up getting kidnapped together. And this kidnapper likes to force people to fall in love before he kills them. And so they like go through all these things. I think he is forced to sexually assault her. And so trigger warnings. I mean, I don't think he wants to, obviously, but he's like forced to, or so it's very dark. And I have heard nothing but fantastic things about this book, and I'm excited to get to it. So that one I still have. Then I have Inked in Lies by Giana Darling, which is the 5th book in the Fallen MC Club. This is Nova and Leela, and I know that this is Tori from Novel Life. This is like her favorite book in the series, and I really want to read it. I just keep putting it off for some reason. Things keep coming up, and I haven't been able to read it. But yeah, I'm excited to get to it. It's age gap, motorcycle club romance. And these books are dark light, as I like to call them. Like, they're darker themes because it is a motorcycle club, so they are criminals. They do have criminal activity, and there is like murder and things that happen in these books and kidnapping, but they're not like Stillbeating, where the end doesn't look like happiness doesn't look like it's gonna come soon. Then they have great banter, and they're funny, and so I've really enjoyed reading the last four. I just haven't gotten to this one. I was gonna get to it, but then Caution to the Wind keeps getting pushed out for good reason. Giana Darling's Facebook and Instagram was hacked, and she hasn't been able to get back on. And as an indie author, self-promo is like your only way to go, and she's not able to self-promote herself because she can't get on social media. So she's kept having to push back the release date and everything, and so I've kept putting off reading this, but I will get to it soon. It's definitely going to be on my TBR for next month, so I have to read this and then Dead Man Walking. I will be good because I read the other 4. Then I have Marriage for One by Ella Maise. I think this is Age Gap Marriage of Convenience. Pretty sure, but I could be wrong with the age gap. Jack and we did everything backward. The day he lured me into his office, which was also the first day we met, he proposed. You'd think a guy who looked like him, a bit cold maybe, but still striking and very unattainable, would only ask the love of his life to marry him, right? You'd think he must be madly in love. No, it was me he asked, a complete stranger who had never heard of him, a stranger who had been dumped by her fiance weeks before. You think I'd laugh in his face, call him insane, and a few other names, then walk away as quickly as possible. Well, I did all those things except the walking away part. It took him only minutes to talk me into a business deal, marriage, and only days for us to officially tie the knot. So yeah, Marriage of Convenience. Love that. And it doesn't say anything about an age gap, but for some reason, I believe it is one. I could be wrong, though. But I'm excited to get to that one. That was actually on my 12 books by 12 friends picks, so I will be getting to that soon. Then I have Ignite by Melanie Harlow. This is another age gap, single dad, grumpy neighbor next door romance. My new neighbor is a firefighter or scorching hot single dad, but I swear I didn't set off that smoke alarm on purpose, and I was beyond mortified when he rushed in and saw me naked. I don't even need to keep going. That sounds fantastic. I love a good grumpy sunshine. I love age gaps, as we all know. Then I have Run, Posy, Run by Cate Wells. This is a mafia romance where she's dating a sociopath or psychopath, one of the two, and he gets a why can't I think of the word, a videotape in the mail of a sex tape that she had made years ago, but someone messed with it and made it look like it was recent. He kicks her out, and then a game of cat and mouse ensues, and she's basically no, and he realizes that he loves her and is obsessed with her and only her. It's on my 22 books to read in 2022, and I read a Cate Wells recently, and I really enjoyed it. So, and everyone I know raves about Run, Posy, Run, so have to get to that one. Then I have The Longing of Lone Wolves by Lana Pecherczyk. Don't know if I'm saying that correct. Mel from Eleanor Reads really enjoys this, and recently Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life picked it up and loved it, and Crystal told me a fantasy romance that has become one of my absolute favorites, and Entreat Me by Grace Shaven, and so I trust her opinion, so I will definitely be picking this up. Rush is a Fey Guardian, a wolf shifter whose enhanced abilities have made him a ruthless protector of Elfine. His job is to protect the realm from the human enemy and to ensure the sins of the past never come to pass, lest magic die forever. But one night of weakness resulted in a curse worse than death, exile. Now he spends his lonely time longing to be part of the living once again, protecting them from monsters, until one mysteriously washes up on the shores of his lake. Clark is a human. She's beautiful, feisty, and fierce. She's also the only person who can see him, speak to him, and touch him. Yes. Loner heroes. Love a loner hero. That is definitely one of my buzzwords. Then the last book that I have checked out is Blame It on the Champagne by Fiona Cole. I originally had Blame It on the Tequila, but then I realized that that is the second book. I don't think they necessarily have to be read in order. They are standalones, but this one just, I like to read books in order. And I believe it's like a marriage of convenience, or they wake up married in Vegas type of thing. I could be wrong. There's only one thing you do when you wake up married to your brand new boss whom you hate but can't resist. Oh, enemies to lovers, boss, employee. Oh, love those things. Let's be real, I love most tropes. You blame the champagne. I blame the bubbles for my wild night with a masked stranger. Who cares if it's nothing to do with the good girl who would normally do with a man that... Who cares if it's nothing this good girl would normally do with a man that turns out to be my horrible boss? Who cares that I'm promised to someone else? I blame the alcohol for agreeing to marry him. As long as my new husband keeps his mouth shut, I can survive 5 years of our little arrangement. It's too late for anything else, but our impromptu wedding leads to much more than I bargained for. His dirty promises warm me. His kisses make me lightheaded. His respect slips past my best defenses. The hate turns to friendship and makes me dream of more. Yes. So that sounds fantastic, which is why it's on there. I'm hoping to soon do like a KU TBR, maybe like a lot of people will go in on like their Goodreads and like shop the shelves on Goodreads and like clean that out. I might do that, but like with my KU books that I have, my look and see like, am I still interested in this? Have I read this one? Can I take it off this list? Maybe I'll do something like that. But yeah, those are the 20 books that I have checked out on KU. Like I said, 9 are the same from the last video, and so 11 new ones checked out. Let me know down in the comments if you read any of these. Which ones should I like prioritize and get bumped up real quick? Are there any that you think I should be like, nah girl, don't read that? Any of the ones that I've returned but not read, should I like, let me know if I should push those back up, if I need to get to those quickly. Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!